Hey everybody, back again to do the build here for the Dynam Spitfire. This is the 1200mm version of the Dynam Spitfire, and I was actually going to do this the other night, the same night that I did the unpacking. You probably noticed that my sweater is different, and I started and the camera ran out of batteries, so had to wait on that. So anyways, let's get started on this. The first step. Okay, I'm not going to go by the book on this. As you know, I tend to skip around on the instructions some and stuff, try to make it a little bit more simple. So the first part of the assembly is the wings, and I'm going to skip that because there's no sense in putting the wings on this yet. It's just going to make it cumbersome and hard to handle with doing the other parts here, where it's easier if we leave the wings off for right now. So I'm not going to do the wings, so we're going to start on step 3, which is installing the tail wheel, and this is really simple. You drop it right down in there, just like that, and you use the Allen head wrench to tighten it down. Now, for the tail feather assembly, this is the elevator and rudder, or vertical and horizontal stabilizer. And the easiest way, this is really one of the easiest setups that I've ever seen for a plane here. All you have to do is you have to just slide this into position, one right down into the other, just like that. And then just take it, and slide it right in position, just like so. Make sure that's straight. That's all there is to installing the tail section. And then you got a couple screw holes on the bottom here. Move the tail wheel out of the way. Drop the screws right down in there. Like so. There we go. The elevator and rudder are now all assembled. Put it right down here. Grab the wing halves. Grab the other wing half. And this is the carbon spar. So we're actually going back to step 1 at this point. And step 1 is basically insert the carbon fiber rod into one wing. Slide the other wing on. Here, we'll do it this way. Okay. So you slide the other wing on, just like so. Just like that. Make sure that your wires are out of the way. Control wires. You don't want to pinch them. Wings are all together and ready to be put on the fuselage. So your wings are all together. That's all there is to putting the wings together. Now there's 4 screws that hold those wings on. I'm going to move the instructions out of the way here. So, and this is kind of an important step. I'm going to take off the canopy here. And I'm going to tuck these wires up through. Now you got 4 wires. You got 2, one each side for the retracts, and 1 each side for the ailerons. So, and they go to a Y connector. So you want to make sure that you got the one, which ones are which, correct here. So this is the Y connector wires. So we're going to thread those through. The reason I'm doing this is because a couple of these wires on here that go to the servos, I believe it is. I don't think it's the ones for the retracts. They're kind of short. So we got the wires through here now, and this one is channel 2. This one is for the ailerons. And this is channel 5, which is for the landing gear, for the retract landing gear. And the longer wires here on the wings actually go to the ailerons. So these go, hook these up to channel 2 Y connector. So there's one. There's the other. Now the other cables are a little bit shorter, so we're going to have to kind of get over here a little bit. So there's one. There's the other. There we go. Got it. Okay, so the wings go right down in. Straight down in. Just like that. Make sure they're straight and level. Wings go down in. Make sure that the cables are out of the way that we just hooked up. And then we've got 4 screws. We drop the screws right in place, just like that, one at a time, or you can drop all 4 of them in, and then just screw them down in place, and that holds the wings on. Next step up is installing the prop and spinner. So the spinner actually comes with a prop adapter here, already installed in there. I took the nut and the washer off. So we just take this whole unit right here, and we take it and install it right on here, just like that. And I'm not going to use this washer here that's included, because it doesn't leave enough threads to screw that on. So what we do is we take the prop and we butt the front edge of the prop right up against that, so that this will match up when we're done there. And I'm going to take the nut, and this is a 10mm nut, so you're going to need a 10mm nut, or even a pair of pliers, or excuse me, a 10mm wrench or a pair of pliers or something like that would do. You're going to tighten it down pretty good, and it's important to get this tightened down pretty good, because what you're doing is not only are you tightening the prop to the spinner, but it's also tightening that prop adapter to the shaft. So that tightens that down, and then this slips on just like that. And then we got 3 screws, which just go in there and tighten that down. I'm going to skip that part because it's pretty straightforward. Basically stick the screws in, tighten them down. And that's it for the prop and spinner. Next up is the install of the plastic pieces. I'm going to be using a little bit of Gorilla Glue here to do these. And it does come with a couple of tubes of glue. This would also be a good time to install the control horns, because it looks like they're just glued in place. They have a serrated tip on them here, a little point that's got some teeth that kind of bite in, and then put a little glue on there, and that should hold in fine. So I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of Gorilla Glue. Again, I'm not using a whole lot, because it doesn't take a lot of Gorilla Glue to bond. This stuff foams up like crazy. If you've never used it, be very careful on the first time that you use it. The first time I used it, I went way overboard, and I was very sorry that I did. So, I'm going to install the plastic piece here. So it looks like it goes this way around with the long pointing one out. And I'm just going to kind of wipe that little bit of Gorilla off there. And that's it. And I'm going to go and do the rest of the plastic pieces, including the antenna here. Might as well do that right now, right on video while I got you here. So just going to put a little glue on that, both sides. And slide that. I don't know if you can see this here. I'll move it pointing forward a little bit. Going to slide that right down into place there, just like that. And then we're going to move on to decals, and then I'll put the battery in and put batteries in the transmitter, and we'll get this all hooked up, and then we'll set the hook up the push rods, make sure that everything works on the control surfaces for the elevator and rudder.